So your husband's recently retired, and you were so excited about what that was going to mean for the two of you, all the time that you'd be able to spend together. But instead, what you're finding is that he looks for every opportunity to be out of the house, to be away from you. And you're finding yourself really hurt and really disappointed, and you just don't know what to do. Well, here's the first thing I want to suggest to you. Don't make this about a right and wrong kind of an issue. And in other words, what I mean is, don't assume that your husband is wrong for what he's doing. The second you go to that place, the second you begin to judge where he's at, what he's doing, what he's feeling, you're going to find him wanting to pull away. There's something going on for him. Instead, I want you to take the time to consider how you're feeling and what you really want and what you're needing. Get real clear on that. It sounds as if you're probably pretty sad and disappointed. I imagine you had really high hopes and expectations of what the time with him would be like after he retired. What I want you to consider doing here is, first of all, asking yourself, is the main issue that you're just really missing him? That all you're wanting is to be with him? I want you to be thinking about that, because I wanted you to consider to just communicate that to him without being demanding, without being controlling, without trying to blame him or shame him. But just let him know, you know, honey, I just miss you. I like being with you. I'd love to be with you. I'd love to find some way that we could be together. You may have to accept that there's differences between the two of you, that he has different wants or desires or needs than you do. And then maybe take the time to find out, is there something that's missing for him when he spends time with you that's making him less interested in doing so? And then maybe look with him to see if there's ways that you can find things that the two of you could do together that he's excited about also, that would make him feel thrilled to actually take time to spend time with you, so that he enjoys the time and therefore is more interested in being with you. Now, obviously, it's important that it's got to work for you too. It's not all about just doing the things that make him feel good or make him excited. But usually, if you can express that you just miss him, and that you can accept that he may not want to spend time with you, and that would make you sad because you love him, but that you actually would love to find a way that you guys could enjoy being together, and that his feelings really matter to you, and you let him know that. And you ask him if he would be willing to work with you to find a way that you could do something, things that you could do, that both of you could feel great about. More often than not, you're going to find his heart softens there. And the thought that he could actually spend time with you because you just want to be with him and you love him that much, but that you also care about what he wants and what he likes, and that both of those things matter, that's usually a very satisfying place for both people. And guys really do feel good about doing that and getting involved in that and having a relationship that works that way. Also, you want to recognize that this kind of life transition can be very challenging for men. It may make us have to, as a guy, redefine our very identity. You see, many of us derive so much of our sense of who we are from the work that we do, and that once we retire, we find that we really don't even know who we are anymore. And that can be really challenging. That can be the kind of thing that makes us want to retreat, want to go away, want to avoid those kind of feelings. So I want to encourage you to not take that personally, but try and see, is there something like that going on for your husband? Now, he might not be really interested or inclined to want to talk about that, but that doesn't mean you can't understand it. It doesn't mean you can't be sensitive to it. And just understand that he may need some space. He may need a little bit of time to sort this out. And you can provide that time for him simply by caring and giving him a little space with the recognition that this is a big transition. Your life very likely has some parts of it that are maintaining the same kind of regularity that they had before. And he's gone into a completely different stage of his life, having to face issues that he's never dealt with before. Additionally, this oftentimes requires you to redefine your relationship. All of a sudden now you're finding yourself facing different roles. And he particularly, he doesn't know where he fits in anymore. There are times, sometimes we find women, and you're apparently not dealing with that issue, that want their husband out of their hair because he's dealing with so many difficulties and trying to figure out who he is and what he's going to do with his life that he's just always around, puttering around the house and getting in her way. Well, you've got the opposite situation going on, but oftentimes it's being derived from the same thing. So you guys are going to have to find new roles, essentially, and he's going to have to find his place, and that's something you guys can work on together. But give yourselves a little bit of grace in this, because it really is a difficult, challenging time. It really is a transition with a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, a little bit of care and understanding. This time of transition, which has been confusing and frustrating for you, could actually turn into the time of your life.